Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our final City Council work session meeting of the calendar year. We're excited that everyone is here. Even though everyone is sitting on one side, it's still good to see everyone. I feel like I'm at a wedding where someone didn't show up, but that's okay.
The groom has no love.
Yeah, the groom has no love. At this time, we're going to go ahead and kick it over to our city manager. I know we have the annual comprehensive financial report. Mr. Manager, over to you.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. The first item on tonight's agenda is the presentation of the annual comprehensive financial report by our external auditor, Cherry Beckert, regarding the independent audit of the city's fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025. I'm pleased to report that the audit resulted in an unmodified opinion, confirming that the financial report fairly presents the city's financial position in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. This report demonstrates the city's ongoing dedication to strong financial policies and transparency. I want to take this opportunity to thank the finance team for another year of solid fiscal management, especially Mr. Michael Yankowski, who led the team in preparing and successfully completing this audit. I will now turn it over to Ned Smither, our Interim Director of Finance, who will introduce the audit team.
Thank you, Mr. Manager and members of the City Council. It's my pleasure to introduce our external auditors, Cherry Beckert, and to thank the amazing team in your finance department and all the other city agencies that efforts went into putting this report together. Those agencies include the school board, the retirement system, the airport commission, the economic development authority, all provided valuable assistance to our financial team. As Mr. Archer mentioned, I would like to especially recognize the efforts of Michael Yankowski and his accounting team, who coordinated the preparation of the annual comprehensive financial report and provided valuable recommendations for improved financial reporting. In addition, I would like to acknowledge the great work done by Brian Seapolt in preparation of the retirement funds annual audit, and part of that audit presentation is included tonight. With that said, I'd like to introduce Mr. Zach Lamorta, the manager of the external audit team of Cherry Beckert. Thank you.
Thank you, Ned. I'll be going through the kind of presentation we put together each year just to discuss the audit, the results, and some other required communications that we have. So we'll go through just the quick agenda that we have. The client service team that we have, so Miles Sheth, you might know him from last year. He was the engagement partner. Myself, I worked with Sean McCall and Ainsley McGarry just to get through the audit for this year. Same team as last year. For the results of the audit, we audited the financial statements of the Newport News for the year ended June 30th, 2025, and had an unmodified opinion, which is the best opinion you can have throughout an audit, so a very successful year for the team. We also audited the financial statements under the government audit standards for the same kind of year end as well, and we did not have any areas of non-compliance or anything to report, which is also a positive sign as well. We do a few other engagements as well for the city, including reviewing the census data under the Virginia retirement system, which had no deviations. We do the agreed upon procedures for the sheriff, also no deviations as well. We also do a review of the compliance with the APA specifications, and once again, also nothing to report on that end as well. And then finally, our review of the compliance with federal programs. That is currently still ongoing, and we'll be issuing a report later on, this hopefully in the next year or so. As part of our audit as well, we look at internal controls. So we don't report specifically on internal controls, don't give an opinion on the effectiveness of internal controls, but we do review them just to ensure that they help us determine what procedures we need to make, help us identify areas in the audit that we need to look at. So the main thing that we report on is if we see any deficiencies within internal control, we'll include those in our communications. Deficiency really being anything that maybe internal control might not be operating effectively or might not be designed a certain way. That might cause a material misstatement in the financial statement, so we report on those. Two areas, they're called kind of material weakness and significant deficiency. Material weakness would cause, it means that a control was not working in a sense that it might cause a material misstatement in the financial statements, and we report on those. Significant deficiency, very similar, but just to a less extent, still something that we talk about just so people are aware. Throughout our audit, we noted one item during the year that resulted in a material weakness. I do like to highlight These happen from audit to audit. Doesn't change our opinion in any way whatsoever. It was still an unmodified opinion at the end of the day, so still a very clean audit. Just something that popped up during the year. The city had identified it previously to the audit, properly corrected it during the year, and from go forward basis as well. So, like I said, did not affect the opinion in any way, and still provided a clean opinion for the audit. In terms of the federal programs that we test, these are the list of them here. We test these, it kind of rotates each year, but these are the programs that we're testing for this year, and that report will come out hopefully in the next few months. We also report on any corrected and uncorrected misstatements, so corrected misstatements being anything that we know in the audit that the city needs to adjust for. There are none adjustments noted during the year, which is always a good sign, so nothing that popped up there. Uncorrected misstatements, these are items that pop up during the year that are pretty trivial in nature, not very material, so we can usually pass on them and don't really affect our opinion or procedures that we do. Similar to the material weakness, the city identified this kind of in the beginning of the year, properly adjusted for it where needed, and resulted in this uncorrected misstatement here. As mentioned, very trivial in nature, so did not really have a material impact on the financial statements. Some other areas that we just need to talk through. So during the year, the city implemented GASB 101 and 102. GASB 101, compensated absences, resulted in a restatement of beginning that position during the year, just because it had to be kind of implemented retrospectively. GASB 102 had no effect on the financial statements. We had no inappropriate accounting policies noted, and everything else outside of those two implementations remained effectively the same during this year. We also look at related party transactions and just related parties in general during our audit, as there might be some risk related to those, but we did no issues in terms of related parties and their related transactions, nothing outside the normal course of business, and nothing unusual that we saw. Similarly, we also just look at overall guidance just to make sure that any accounting, recording done and recognition done is in line with accounting principles, and we noted no issues there as well, and of course nothing significant or unusual that we saw noted during the year. So very normal course of business activity. We look at accounting estimates as well. These are just a bit more sensitive in the sense that inputs that the management decides to make within them could affect them and change what that estimate is. The list of them are in the presentation. We noted no issues. We look at the key inputs within them, the assumptions within them, and noted no issues related to the significant estimates. My favorite slide in here, because it's always the quickest, financial statement disclosures, clear, neutral, and consistent from last year as well. Some final thoughts. So independence considerations, we have to make these each year to make sure that we're independent from the city when we're doing our procedures. We do perform one non-attest service, which is basically a service outside of the scope of the audit, and that's helping with the preparation of the data collection form and submission of that during the year. That relates to the single audit, which will be occurring in the next month or so. For the non-attest services, management basically accepts the responsibility of those services, provides an employee that's follows that process, makes sure they review the work that is being done, and then accepts responsibility for that as well. We did not know any independence threats or anything of the such during our audit between us and the city. Some final required communication, so no difficulties encountered during the audit. It was a very smooth audit process, as it has been for a few years, so always a good sign. No disagreements with management during the year. No outside auditors were consulted that we were aware of. And we usually get a list of management representations that we get from management, signed by management, dated the same day as the report, that just goes through certain things that management accepts responsibility for. Some others, no outside consultants were used during the engagement. Any findings or issues identified during the audit were discussed during the audit and were able to be alleviated. No fraud or illegal acts or any violations of laws or compliance were noted. And there's no substantial doubt related to the city to be able to continue as a going concern. Finally, there's a few sections within the ACFR that you'll see. The main ones are required supplementary information, the supplementary information, and other information. We don't provide an opinion on these areas within the ACFR. We just read through them, make sure that they're consistent with the rest of the ACFR, that the information within is not inconsistent with what is actually being shown and what's being audited. And we saw no issues within those three areas as well. So very clean. Finally, some upcoming implementations that are coming the next year, GASB 103 and GASB 104. we'll be in touch with management just to discuss any possible implications and changes to the financial statements that might occur with those. But we're also happy to help without whatever implementation might occur. With that, I have my contact and the partner's contact information on there. I'm happy to take any questions if there are any, and our email's on there as well if you would like to reach out.
Thank you for the presentation. Any questions from City Council at this time? I think we're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, the fiscal year 2027 through 2031 CIP. Any comments? Turn it over to the city manager right now.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As a reminder to Council, I submitted my recommended FY 2027, FY 2031 capital improvement plan to City Council on October the 28th. The proposed plan totals approximately $1.1 billion over the 5-year period. This overall plan includes general fund and self-supported funds encompassing projects financed by bonds, cash capital, and grant funds across all capital project categories. Since submitting the recommended CIP to you, Council held 2 work sessions and submitted project-specific questions on items contained in the recommended CIP, which we responded to last week. This afternoon, we've set aside time to answer any additional questions that you may have. Our goal is to bring the FY 2027 CIP to City Council for adoption at your February 10th City Council meeting.
I know I had a few comments that had been answered in the CIP package. Councilman Long, did you want to talk any more about Rouse Tower, or do you want to talk about that offline?
Yeah, I just wanted to get a follow-up on where we were with Rouse Tower and just the overall plan of using our city buildings for our city departments.
Councilmember Long, we can present to Council at the appropriate time our space needs utilization study, which you've heard me reference in the past. It is not complete at this time. The issue regarding Rouse Tower, as noted in the CIP response to Council, has to do with the remaining debt on the building. And so I think while we are looking for creative solutions to provide better access to services and better service delivery through our Department of Human Services, at this particular time we do not have a concrete plan of action to present to you an alternative site to Rouse Tower. However, as part of our space needs utilization, we are looking at the remaining debt on the building and working with our consultant to identify opportunities that may not have presented themselves to us to redefine and rethink that debt, and also what other sites might present opportunities to provide those services, either in one location or multiple locations across the city.
Okay, all right. I guess we'll just wait to see the site utilization plan. All right, thanks.
Anything else from City Council?
Yeah, I just quick comment, and this is in regards to the backup system modernization. I know you are in the process of hiring a new IT director or chief information officer, but should we wait until you have this person? They might have more insights to add to what is actually being modernized, but I'm not partial. I just wanted to make that comment. Mr. Manager.
I think the work can move forward in the absence of the selection process for a new director, a chief information officer, if you will. We have enough staff who are integrated with the thinking of this work, I think, to essentially provide a good footing. However, to your point, whomever that individual is that ultimately selected to fill that position will certainly be able to add their expertise.
Thank you. That's all I have.
I do have a quick question. Is it at some point, could I get some clarity or information regarding how in 1996, the year I graduated from high school, we were able to fund and build 2 high schools that year? I know it was a different time, over almost 30 years ago, but at some point, I just wanted, if somebody could respond or share how we were in a position back then to build those two high schools, as opposed to, we have in Denby and Warwick, that we have to spread out the renovations or whatever we decide we're going to do with those two schools.
We'd be happy to provide you with that information. I think I was 3 years old at that time, but we have other toddlers on the staff who probably have some memory of that work. We certainly can recreate it from our records. My gut tells me, and I shouldn't go off my gut, but affordability and other factors regarding the city's debt management position, all those things may have been factors, and the ability to take on two major projects like that at one time. But to answer your question, Councilman Harris, we're happy to provide you with that information.
Thank you.
Quick piggyback off of that, because that both Woodside and Heritage, literally 100% identical. I know that played a factor in '96, but I guess if we could have one design fit for two schools, then I'll say the same for the fire stations. If that's possible. I know we're looking at it comprehensively, but the point is we're trying to do everything that we can to expedite building some of these capital improvement projects.
And just to follow up on that as well, Denby and Ward, aren't they identical buildings as well?
Buildings. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Any other comments from City Council? City Manager, can you just walk us through the timeline? I know we have the budget/CIP retreat in January. Can you just walk us through for the public the plan starting in January?
Absolutely. So tonight's discussion here at work session will bring to closure those planned discussions that we've been able to schedule with the City Council. We'll next have an opportunity, should Council desire, certainly to talk about any of our activities related to CIP at City Council's upcoming January City Council retreat. We can add a section to the agenda for final Council follow-up, if that would be helpful. And then we intend to bring forward the CIP for City Council adoption at your first regular evening City Council meeting in February, which would be February the 10th, 2026.
Thank you. So I would encourage not only the council members that are here, but the ones that are listening via Zoom or on Facebook to, over the holiday break, if there's something that you have heartburn on, just let us know. I would say sooner rather than later, and that way we can have a comprehensive plan when we all meet in January. With that, Mr. Manager, turn it over to you for your annual report.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have the pleasure of, if you would allow, announcing several things to include the City Manager's annual report. First, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce Jay Grant. And at this time, I'm pleased to introduce Jay Grant. Jay is our first Administrator of Housing and Neighborhood Services. And why is that important?
I think that's a round of applause.
Yeah. So it's important because this council has prioritized housing and policies to support a wide variety of housing types in order to ensure that our community has access to the housing that it needs. So he's in a unique position to work with not only the administration but the City Council in defining the work as we go forward. And Deputy City Manager Owen Miller also asked me to remind the council and share with you that the upcoming final draft of the SHIP will be coming to you this coming Friday. So in Jay's new role, he will lead our housing and neighborhood policy efforts and oversee the many initiatives that support them. Jay brings over 20 years of experience in housing, community development, and economic growth. He worked with LISC Hampton Roads, the Virginia Department of Housing and Community Development, and HUD. His expertise, along with his ability to build strong partnerships Partnerships will be vital as we continue to strengthen our neighborhoods and promote inclusive growth across the city. So as you have done so previously, Jay, welcome aboard, and we've already welcomed you, so we welcome you again. Thank you very much. Yep. The second item this evening is the City Manager's Annual Report. So it's my pleasure to bring, at least since the time that I've been working with the city, the first such report to City Council's attention. The FY 2025 Year in Review report highlights the significant results driven by our dedicated workforce and strong community partnerships, from investments in public safety and youth opportunities to infrastructure improvements and economic growth. We have advanced initiatives, your initiatives, by the way, in the strategic plan that strengthen neighborhoods and expand opportunities for all. These are the same initiatives, by the way, that are tracked in our quarterly reports to you that share with you the progress of our projects and our programs as they relate to the performance measures that we are tracking. Our accomplishments go beyond numbers. They mean safer streets, connected families, and thriving businesses, making Newport News a great place to live, work, and play. These achievements are possible thanks to the collaboration between our residents, community organizations, local businesses, and our extraordinary employees. As we look to 2026, we remain focused on innovation, data-driven decision-making, I want to underscore that, and operational excellence. We will continue to adapt to the needs of our diverse community, striving to build a resilient and welcoming city. Please, at your leisure, you have a copy before you. I won't make a formal presentation of it this evening, but I think you'll find that the format is easy to follow, and I'm always available to you to follow up with you and answer any questions that you may have. The last item on my list this evening is I would like to take a moment, as I mentioned earlier with regard to the annual report, I would like to take a moment to thank all of our employees for an incredible year of hard work and dedication. And as a small way of saying thank you, city employees will receive an additional day off on December the 26th, 2025. Thank you, and happy holidays.
Councilman Ely just texted me and said that he was supposed to say that. So I think John wants the credit for that. No, thank you, Alan, for all that you've done over the past year and continue to do. Just not to jump out of sort, but when you mentioned Jay, Alan, if we could just take a look at, I know there's a lot of legislation in the General Assembly around YIMBYism, but in terms of like yes in my backyard, but especially when it comes to church land. I forget what it's called, like the religious version of it. But if we can somehow help to facilitate that passage, whether it's Jay, Cleon, others, we have a lot, I think, of vacant church properties that are in the city, a lot of the stuff that we can't tax. If we're able to build, whether it's tiny homes or affordable homes on that, on church property, I think we would be one of the first in the state to do it. So I just want to make sure we're ready for that. Delegate Joshua Cole, I believe, is the sponsor, is the chief patron in the House. Cleon, let's turn it over to you. We'll just go right to left.
I don't have anything to add.
Okay. Well, then I'll just add three quick things. We're going to knock out all of these signatures required for the contingency requests. As a reminder, we've already voiced this. This will just be the vote. The first one will be for the $1,000 for tennis ball. I know that was a really good time. The $7,500 for the crew corner, and the $750 for the Black Excellence Gala, which I believe was last week. Councilman Vick was honored. So tennis ball, the crew, correction corner, and the Black Excellence Gala. 3 signatures. They've all been signed. Can I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
At this time, move and seconded. Please call the roll.
Councilman Long?
4.
Vice Mayor Bethany?
4.
Councilman Coleman?
4.
Councilman Harris?
4.
Mayor Jones?
4.
Motion carried 5-0.
Thank you. Last thing I'll say before I turn over to the vice is just, and I'll say it again in regular meeting tonight, but I think we had an amazing time this past weekend at the holiday tree lighting, and there are too many people to say thank you to, but whether it's Parks and Recs and special events and Visit Newport News and marketing and tourism and the police and fire, I mean, like everyone that was involved, the overtime that was, I think people had a great time. I think it really shone a light on what Newport News is and what it could be. So to everyone that was involved, if I missed you, I'm sorry. It was a great time from everyone, from communications, et cetera. A great time, and look forward to doing it again next year. Vice.
Nothing. I don't
Rob.
have anything.
Councilman
I
Harris.
don't have anything.
Okay. With that, Cleon, please take us into closed session.
All right, I move pursuant to Section 2.2, Tech 3711A of the Code of Virginia 1950 as amended, subsection 1, 6, and 8, that the council hold a closed meeting for the purpose of, 1, the discussion, consideration, or interview of prospective candidates for employment, assignment, employment, promotion, performance, demotion, salary, discipline, or resignation of specific public officers appointed or employees of a public body, subject which is discussion or consideration of prospective candidates for appointments to boards and commissions and members thereof, and a discussion of prospective candidates for the position of city clerk. 6, a discussion or consideration of the investment of public funds where the competition or bargaining is involved, subject which is potential investment of public funds in support of a public festival. And 8, consultation with legal counsel employed or retained by a public body regarding specific legal matters requiring the provision of legal advice by such counsel, subject which is legal advice concerning requirements to provide suitable courthouse facilities.
Second.
Moved and seconded. At this time, please call the roll.
Councilman Long,
4.
Vice Mayor Bethany,
4.
Councilman Coleman,
4.
Councilman Harris,
4.
Mayor Jones.
4.
Motion carried 5-0.
All right, let's do it. Thank you. Good evening, good evening. We're going to have, do I need to ratify first, Bob, or do I need to come out of close? You come out close. Okay, Councilman Long.
The members of council certify that to the best of each member's knowledge, one, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements under the Virginia Freedom Information Act, and two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion for which a closed meeting were convened, were heard, discussed, or considered in the closed meeting by the council.
Second.
Moved and seconded. At this time, please call the roll.
Councilman Long,
4.
Vice Mayor Bethany,
4.
Councilman Coleman,
4.
Councilman Harris,
4.
Mayor Jones.
4.
Motion carried 5-0.
Thank you. Can someone make a motion to ratify said appointments and closed?
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Councilman Long,
4.
Vice Mayor Bethany,
4.
Councilman Coleman,
4.
Councilman Harris,
4.
Mayor Jones.
4.
Motion carried 5-0.
Thank you. At this time, we stand adjourned. We'll start again in about 5 minutes.